I've sent the scripts over to them and had them approved by multiple different people or given notes on, and that's the only way that I can make something that's going to be beneficial, that isn't woefully dangerous.
Does YouTube help at all as a company in terms of your mental health? I mean, I know that they have things that are meant to be supporting creators. Do they ever reach out to you in terms of, can you talk to your partner managers?
About YouTube stuff, yeah, like, you know, about like the things that may be worrying you, like your views and your channel, but ultimately it's super duper not their job. Like, they are just a platform where you put the videos. Their job is to take the video, show people the video, and talk to advertisers to get ads on the videos. Like, anything else is, totally not their job. What's happening?
Sometimes I just feel like I have to stretch.
Cool. Don't want to get that deep vein thrombosis.
I saw Patrick Starr do this on the LGBT panel yesterday. It was amazing. I was going to ask each of you, do you think that YouTube has had a positive or a negative effect on your mental health?
It's poisoned my brain. Is that dramatic? Me? Dramatic? Wait, has anybody had a positive mental health experience from YouTube?
Even, I mean, from like, you know, it could be a commenter reaching out and saying something nice and you thinking, oh, actually, yeah, this is providing me with some support or something like that.
I think it's helped me become a lot stronger and like confident person. Like when I started, I was like, I talked to no one, and now I'm like sitting here and I'm not like freaking out about it. I also kind of don't care anymore. I think that I've learned a lot about myself through YouTube, and I think just like meeting people through YouTube, I've learned a lot from, and I've had like relationships, well, not relationships, but like friendships and like colleagues and stuff. I've learned a lot from them and our like back and forth relationship kind of thing, and that's all helped me become much stronger, and I've learned a lot about myself that I would have learned eventually, but it's been sped up because I've been exposed to so many different types of people because of YouTube.
I want to amend my first statement. There is a lot of positive, like, but my problem with YouTube is I feel like my personal worth is directly tethered to what's happening online. So when it's great, it's great. Like when the internet loves me, they're like rallying behind me. They're getting me to like #1 on iTunes. They're like putting me on the Billboard charts. They're saying like, you're so great, like, blah, 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 and like they're hyping me so much, and then that's when it's like, oh my god, I'm so happy I have all these people who support me and want me to do well. But then when you get a little too far, then people start knocking you down, and it's always an extreme where it's like, everybody loves me or everybody hates me, and then it's I either love myself or I hate myself, because I'm a very sensitive person who's like feeding off of the energy of what's around me.
When it comes to that kind of thing, I always remember there's something that Bo Burnham said, which is like, haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love. You have to disregard both ends of the spectrum, and it leads to a nice, healthy medium.
We love Bo. Oh my god, I saw him on the street the other day and he went, hey Gab. He tapped my shoulder, he went, hey Gab, what's up?
I'm so jealous.
All those years of stalking.
I don't have a time machine, so I can't kill Hitler. No, I don't have a time machine, so I can't say what the effects of YouTube have been ultimately on my mental health. I can tell there's definitely been points where it's exacerbated issues, and you know, parts of it wouldn't have occurred if I didn't have my life so in the public eye. So I can't really say definitively personally what the effect is, but I can say that if I hadn't been making videos about mental health, that there are people out there that would not have ever learned or ever had the confidence or to get help themselves. So the positive effect is every person that comes up to me, you don't have to, but and says like, oh, from watching your video talking about this issue, I recognized some symptoms of it myself. I went to get mental health, you know, and I took those steps, and I'm now doing much better. That is objectively a positive thing that came out of talking about, you know, my own issues. So for me, it's a neutral impact. I don't know, but for other people, I know that good has come from it, and that does make it infinitely worth it. And that was the goal at the start when I started sharing any issue, was to make something good out of something that's ultimately just going to happen to me anyway. And that's dope.
I want to get some questions from the audience, and this is a really interesting one from Inga, which I'm happy if you don't want to answer this and be open about it, but she asked, do you have any therapists yourselves? Do you have offline therapy to try and help deal with mental health issues?
I do, yeah. I've always talked about therapists. It's my favorite joke to make is something about my therapist. I highly recommend it to everybody, even if you're like pretty good, I would still say go, because there's always something you can kind of dig into and talk about. And it really all comes back to your fucking mother. It really does. Like, you think that's a joke, but it's real.
I've done a lot of different like therapy kind of things. Of course, I've had like eating disorder stuff. I haven't been like private about that. I went to a nutritionalist. I went to a psychiatrist. I've gone to therapy. I'm not seeing anyone right now, but I'm like, when I get back from this, I'm looking for like a casual therapist, because even though mental health and physical health is like, they're different, but they're like the same, because you got to maintain both, you know, like even if you're good, like even if like, I don't know, you still got to maintain both, even if they're fine, basically. You don't have to wait, and like, you don't have to, like, if your wrist hurts, you don't have to like wait until it's broken for you to be like, oh yeah, I should go to the hospital.
What are you talking about? You're American. That's exactly what you have to do.
Yeah, but I think even, it's just a good like safety net kind of thing. It's good to maintain.
And I guess personal relationships offline are really helpful for that. I mean, there was another question that we had about what, if you are someone who has either a friend or a family member who is going through mental health problems, what should you and shouldn't you say to them?
Can I vlog this?
That's a
You
don't.
should
You
say
don't
that.
say
Don't.
Oh no, views.
My sister has a mental health breakdown.
I don't know.
I think that you do the same with anyone. You have, well, the only thing you can really do, I think, with anyone who has mental health issues is, well, not enable any destructive coping mechanisms they have. In my case, food and alcohol. I wish that were like a punchline. But, so yeah, just not enable them in that regard. Let them know that you're absolutely there for them. You will help them get help if they need. You know, you will go to a doctor with them. You can help book them an appointment. You keep them company and all that stuff. And that's it, I think. There have been people in my life that have been real mixed up and have refused to get help, and I've eventually had to distance myself from them because it's not my job, and it's making my mental health worse, taking responsibility for them. Ultimately, everyone is responsible for themselves, and you can wind up worse off than someone else trying to, like, worrying about them. So it's a horrible and ugly truth, but well, for me, I mean, feel free to disagree if...
Oh no, like that's, I went through one of my like most lowest points because I was putting a lot of energy into someone that was just like taking it, and they were obviously like in dealing with their own mental health, but it was better for me. Like I immediately started working on myself after that, and I've been doing like the best since then. So responsibility shouldn't be assigned to you, kind of thing, you know.
And I've also done the other side. I've been the person who has drained people and had a negative effect on their mental health, and they have walked away from me. And that's how I know, like, yeah, it's not their job. But it's so much easier to just unload on your friend because you don't have to book an appointment with them, I guess.
Can you win those relationships back?
I haven't really tried. And they live on the other side of London now, and the team's terrible.
You kind of do have to book appointments with friends when you live on the other side of London.
Yeah.
As a creator, how do you know when the issues are happening to you, and how do you kind of tell that you need to take a step back from creating videos personally?
After you've made the video, usually. So Yeah, I find that when I'm in a really bad place, I'll only clock what's happening when it's too late. It's like, I've done the video now and I've said the thing. Abby, you can relate. Great. Yeah, slowly. There is a real art to realizing when you're spiraling. It's okay. Because yeah, like you have to know your own patterns at the earliest stages from just irritability. Yeah, onwards.
And what do you do when that happens? Like, how do you take yourself out of that to try and tackle it?
I wouldn't be on this panel if I did the right things. People wouldn't know that I have mental health issues.
So where do we go from here then in terms of...
We just turn off our phones.
Oh God.
Turn off our phones, delete our channels.
You imagine?
What, turning off your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, because you're the one here.
Because I'm the only, like, sane one here.
No, yeah.
So I do turn off my phone.
Yeah, Anna, what do you, how? Explain. Please detail your healthy coping mechanisms, because as the quote-unquote neurotypical among us, I do that, but that is the term you're supposed to use.
Did you say neurotypical?
Yeah.
I say normal.
Whoa,
That's really
I've
bad.
never heard that word in my life.
Yeah. So as the non-loony, what are your healthy coping mechanisms that have helped you through tough times stave off this?
Most of the time it's like walking away from the internet and hanging out with people who like me in real life. Yeah. You're like, who?
Now, I was deranged before the internet, so I don't know, I think some people are just weird, and some people are normal. But what's like, I feel like more people are fucked up than not, right? Right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Raise your hand if you're fucked up, I'm just curious. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, who would like consider themselves like normal? Don't be shy. Whoa, we got like a
Oh, I love
solid
it. It's really confident
7.
normals.
Tight, congratulations. They have good mothers.
Hannah, based on what you said, can you take the flip side of that? And Jane, who's in the audience, has asked, does meeting other creators who have also spoken out about mental health issues kind of help? Because they may not have gone through the exact same thing, but they can kind of relate in terms of the lifestyle and the pressures that are involved.
I mean, my experiences with physical health issues, and for me, like searching for other, specifically young women, like I needed to be able to like identify with people who were like me. So it was like young women who have had to have surgery to have stoma bags. That to me was amazing and like kind of what really helped me through adjusting to like my new life, my new body, and like, I don't know, just finding people who had gone through it and similar age to me and how they've dealt with it. And I imagine it's quite similar with like mental health stuff too. But like for me, those two things, like my physical health and my mental health, like connected to that, so intertwined, yeah.
There's another question from Chris Lamb.